What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We are finally working on the CB550 again. It's been about a month since I've done anything to this bike, or really much in general, just some really light riding on the sport bikes. I haven't really been able to do too much hard work because I had an injury on my right arm. I ended up pulling something pretty bad, and it was just, I had constant pain in my right arm for a while, and now it's a lot better. I could actually lay on it without any pain, and I'm not feeling that constant pain in my arm. But I still have a little bit of a numb feeling to it every now and then. Like, I feel like the circulation is just not where it needs to be right now. Anyway, so we're going to start working on the bike again. I do need a little bit of motivation to get going on this stuff with the polishing and whatnot. So a little something simple we got was a little battery charging wire harness. And this is just for ease, so that, you know, when we're just not riding the bike for a while, we can easily just plug the battery in without having to take off the cover. So, you know, something a little like this, and I got it for free because I had the Amazon points from buying stuff in the past. Anyway, let's go install this on the bike real quick, and then I want to start doing some polishing on the engine, like on this case and like over there, just to start, because do need some motivation, guys. Polishing is not a fun job, in my opinion. It takes a lot of time, but it does come out pretty good when it gets there. So we're hoping to get this side cover in good shape, along with at least this front part, and we'll see what we could do with this. I think this will require a lot of sanding, but so if that's the case, we'll do that later. But I will end up polishing this and definitely try to get this going, and we'll see what happens with that. So let's go install a little extension and put this on quick. So the way that I had to actually route this, it actually worked out perfect, because now we can just go like this. It goes right out, and I'll get you a close-up of that. But let me go install the cover first. Battery terminals are nice and tight, and we have our connectors on. So the way that the battery was, I had to have the wire go up on the top, because it would not go flat with the bolt and this thing on. So let me go install the cover. All right, so here is the end result. As you can see, we got the bottom zip tie on as well, and it fits and it has a nice curve to it. It's literally as easy as turning it out. I plug it in, keep it like that, and when I go to tuck it back, it could just sit right here. Even if it ends up going back there, it's not going to touch anything, so it's not a worry. But at least like that, looks nice and uniform. I like it, looks good. And it will be super easy for charging. So, all right, so that's all done. We'll actually plug it in, and now we'll start working on the polishing. pretty good, I gotta say. Looks pretty darn good. Looks a lot better compared to how this was. Obviously, I didn't touch any of this yet, just so I can kind of show you the difference. So we got a pretty good mirror finish. You can see my foot moving around there. So pretty happy with that. I will go back and go over this part some more just to get it to a better shine, but so far, not bad at all. Now I'm gonna start on this. I don't know if this is gonna polish up. I mean, it kind of looks like this does, so I'm thinking this should polish up, but let's start trying to get this going and see how that comes out.
A few moments later.
So this part right here is really not coming out how I wanted it to. It's starting to get a little bit of a shine, but I think I might need to do some light sanding on it with some really fine grit or something like that. It's not really getting that mirror finish like this part was. It kind of is, but it's not. And this one, you can see like over here, it's starting to get a mirror, but the sides, you could see that someone was probably sanding it prior and really didn't finish what they had to do to get it to polish. I'm assuming that's why they were doing it. But like I said, right here, you could see it's polished, and then you could see basically like scratch marks where someone was sanding it, and it didn't get down where they needed to be. So I'm gonna go get some like maybe 2,000 grit, probably start with that, or maybe 1,000 or something, like even 800 or something. Let's try 1,000 first and see how that goes, and we'll start cleaning up some of this stuff, and hopefully we can, I'm assuming that once we get down a little bit, then we should be able to get it to polish like this part over here. So all right, let me go get that sandpaper and start on that. And I may even have to do this on the top part. Like I said, it's coming out better, but it's just I mean, there's a little bit of a reflection. Maybe it just needs a lot of polishing, but let me see how this part comes out first, and if that sanding makes the polishing job a lot easier, then maybe I'll just do the majority of this. So let me go grab that sandpaper and start. All right, so that's looking much better. You can see my reflection on there now. I'll still go over it a couple more times to get it to a better shine. And now I'm gonna start working on this part right here and kind of going back a little bit, just a little before and after. It should look similar to that. And just to show you, you know, the condition that this is in right now. All right, so this basically buttons up this side. This part looks way better now. You can see the reflection in there. I did sand this top part a little bit more, and it did polish out pretty good. So that's gonna be basically done. I'll just do a little bit more sanding on the bottom just to get that more uniform and mirror type looking. So let's hop over to the other side and start working on that. All right, and just like that, we got this side looking a ton more better now. It looks great. I got reflection, so that's good enough. I think that's actually going to end it for today's episode, guys. Even though I might show on camera that it's only taking me a couple minutes to do each side, it's really taking like, you know, like at least an hour per side. You're definitely putting a lot of work into it, so pretty happy with how that came out. We're going to keep continuing cleaning this thing up. I think the next thing we might start doing is either like the shocks, those aren't too bad, but just some of this part back here, or we'll start on the exhaust, either one. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. We're going to keep getting this thing out mint, and then I can't wait to see the finished product when it's all done outside in the sun. It should look really good. We've got the bike running great now. Fire's right up on choke with no gas, which is great. And everything's starting to really come along. So make sure you guys stay tuned. We'll either hit this thing next on both sides, or we'll start with the shocks and the lower back over here part. So as always, guys, I thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next video.